Let's not be the person that runs away from that wall. Let's be that person that goes right through that wall and breaks it down and says, you know what? No, let's be better. Let's save our money, take care of our finances. And you're going to have to eat what we are making for you because you have no choice. No, let's not live like that anymore. What's up, guys? How's it going? Man, can you hear the fire in the voice? Can you? I hope so. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Wallbreaker 200. I am your host, the one, the only, Raheel Siddiqui, man. And as always, so fired up, so excited to be here. And man, what can we say? How should we start this off? Middle of July. Hope everyone's summer is going well. Hope everyone is getting out there, getting active, staying healthy, hitting the gyms, going to the beach, going for walks, hitting those weights. I'm trying to get swole, trying to show off my shoulders here a little bit. Not sure if I, look swole or not, trying to. But nah, man, all jokes aside, just as always, so blessed, so thankful, so excited to be here talking to you guys. And, for today's episode, it's funny. I was actually with my family over the past weekend. And I remember, driving back home, my wife and I, we were talking just about, food and what to eat for dinner. And, should we go home? Should we go out to eat? Like, what are the options? And then all of a sudden it just hit me. I was like, you know what, dude? I think this is a great time, a great topic to discuss here for my episode for all of you. So, today's episode, I actually want to talk about the importance and a very strong topic where I feel like there's a lot of questions, a lot of debates, a lot of dilemmas that we all face, challenges that we all face every day. I know I do for sure a lot. I know mostly on weekends, especially as well. And that dilemma, that topic being eating out versus eating at home. I think that's always a challenge that we always face, man, all of us, right? We always want to be around good food. I mean, let's face it, man, who doesn't love good food? Listen, as you guys know, man, I'm a New York City boy, okay? I grew up eating nothing but amazing food my entire life, okay? All the way from now, childhood, all the way until me being crossing my 40s now, right? Between my mom, who's been like probably the best cook in my entire life. Growing up my whole life, she's still an amazing cook. And then now, my sister, who's an amazing cook, always has been my entire life. And then now, as I got older, and then, my brother's wife, my sister-in-law, she's an amazing cook too. It's in her bloodline also. Then my wife, similar bloodline. With my sister-in-law, coming from the same descent, and then also my mother-in-law as well too. So, since we're all in that ethnic, descent, having great Pakistani food slash, Indian food, just ethnic food in general. So, literally been around amazing food my entire freaking life, man. I gotta say. And then again, growing up in New York, man. I mean, pizza is in my blood. I tell people all the time, I had ballooned up to 405 pounds. I was able to, thank God, lose 200 of those pounds. And I would say a lot of it, maybe more than half of it, was definitely pizza. So, been around it my whole life. But now going back to the main topic here, it's about eating out versus eating at home. And I think a couple things, man, where I really want to kind of dive into the pros, the cons, and really dive into what can we do about it, right? How can we be better? Because I feel like eating out, definitely, I mean, there can be pros to it, right? I think from a social release stress standpoint, right? You want to go out. It's not just about eating out at a restaurant, right? It's about going out, looking good, feeling great. You're getting excited. You work so hard Monday through Friday. You want to go out with your girls. You want to go out with your boys, couples, take your kids out. Many different elements, right? Where you can just kind of get ready to go out to dinner and have a good time, which is great. And I think it's needed. It's definitely needed, especially in today's society where everybody is working so hard. We're trying to get away from the stress of life, taking care of families, relationships, careers, bills, jobs, homes, etc. So you want to go out, you want to have a good time. You want to go to a nice restaurant, you want to have a good time, date night, etc. So many different variables, right, of eating out per se. But the one thing about eating out is, though, I think a few cons to this, too, is also the fact of a couple things, right? I think the first thing is cost. And I'm actually going to read some stats here today to you guys, too. So I'm actually going to break it down, which I'm excited to do because I don't feel like I've done enough of that, and going to work on bringing some data, some raw data to, to my show to kind of back me up in terms of my opinions, but also give you guys some facts with my opinions as to why I think eating out, you got to be very careful with it too at times. So, a couple things. I was reading on the U.S. Bureau of Labor Stats. And did you guys know, man, Americans, they basically average a home meal of $4.23. So that's how much a home meal costs versus eating out is $16 per meal eating out at a restaurant. So think about that. One person having a meal at home cost is $4.23. But if you eat out, it's about $16 on average per meal. Now imagine if you're a family of five, right? Forget one person. Now you're taking out five people. So if you take out five people, a family of five, 16 times five, do the math. What are we at? 75, maybe $80? That's $80, right? And that's not even including tips. So now we're going over $100 just to take your family out to dinner. So right there alone, man, think about that. You're spending $100 to go out to a restaurant to have, quality time with your family for $100 when if you can stay at home and, you're going to save way more than half of that cost. And obviously also piggybacking off of that, the second point is the quality of food, right? I think that's another big piece to this, right? I think me blowing up to 405 pounds, I ate a lot of unhealthy foods. You guys have heard me talk about eating in the car all by myself, loading up on fast food or starving myself all day and eating that deep dish pizza and dousing that 2 liter bottle and then just going to bed, right? So not only was I spending so much money, I was also destroying my body, which helped me balloon up all the way to 405 pounds. I was emotionally, mentally, spiritually in a dark place, broken, unhealthy, and then also physically extremely unhealthy. So I was unhealthy all the way around, right? So I think that's a couple of major stats that I want to point out was cost. And then also piggybacking off of that as well, in 2023, I was reading a stat here that, 44% of food budget for Americans in 2023, America, if you had a 100% budget for food, 44% of that food budget was spent at home, and the remaining 56% was spent eating out. Wow, that's a lot. That really hit home to me, man. So think about that. The average home would spend 56% of their food budget outside and 44% at home. That's concerning. That's very concerning, guys. So if you are a family or you have a home or you are somebody who falls in that category, definitely, man, I would really suggest, strongly urge to think about that. Sit down. How can we get better from this, man? Because I'm telling you, eating out is not the solution all of the time. Again, if you heard me in the beginning when I kicked off this episode a few minutes ago, it's okay and it's normal and it's healthy, quote unquote, for you to go out and have a good time with your friends, your family, whatever special occasion once in a while. I am all for it. But the fact that you're spending 56% of your budget eating out versus 44% the entire year, nah, that's a problem. That's a huge problem, guys. We got to be better. We have to be better. We have to do better. And then in 2023, I was reading on Yahoo that Americans eat out 5 to 6 times per week, spend nearly $3,700 per house. Okay, $3,700 per house in the month of 2023. That was the average. So now we're going on, if you want to round it up to almost $4,000. So $4,000 a month on just eating out, dude. How crazy is that if you break down the statistics of it? So 5 to 6 times per week, and you're spending almost $3,700 to $4,000 per month on eating out. Wow. And then the NY Post had a statistic in 2024 now, the average person spends about $2,500 per year annually eating out 3 times per week. That's averaging all the way down to $52 per week. So let me say that again. In 2024, the average person was spending $2,500 per year, and that's breaking it down to 3 times per week, $52 per week. So $52 per week. You times that times 4, where are we at? Almost $200 per month. $200 per month that the average person is eating out. We got to be better, guys. We got to be better. I mean, it's not acceptable. It's just not. And then I saw a quote on Reddit saying that Americans eat out 140 times per year. 140 times per year. I'm trying to go out maybe once a month. Okay, once a month. So if you do once a month, even twice a month to go out, okay, that's what, 24 times? Once a month is 12. Twice a month is 24. You're telling me 140 times a year? I mean, dude, that is crazy. That is very concerning. Guys, we got to be better. We have to be better. We need to be better. I mean, the fact of eating out, man, like I can't express enough how dangerous it is, how unhealthy it is. I just gave you statistics about how costly it is. I'm telling you, find a way to stay at home, eat at home, cook at home. Find a way to go to the grocery store, get whatever groceries you need, whatever type of food groups that that you are accustomed to, that you enjoy. Obviously, you have meat eaters like myself, for example. I love meat. I love chicken. I love beef. I love red meat. All of it, right? I'm a huge meat eater. I've been my whole life, so I want to eat meat. So, my wife, she does a really great job of really buying meat in bulk, and then we really thrive on the grill aspect of it too. We love grilling, especially with the summers. We try to grill as much as we can, try to buy a lot of meat in bulk because it's cost effective, a la Costco style, right? Buy it in bulk and then keep it over time and then try to grill as much as we can because obviously it's just a much healthier option. It's a effective option. It's a much healthier option now versus going out to Chick-fil-A, going out to restaurants where they have like fried foods or greasy foods or sit down restaurants. I mean, dude, if you go right now to a restaurant and you order a meal, I promise you, it's crazy. I feel like from the 1990s, if you ordered a fountain soda, it was probably like $1. Now, if you order a fountain soda, sometimes they're like $4 or $5. Can you believe that? Now we're 4 or 5xing the cost of a fountain soda, just a simple fountain soda that you would order at a restaurant from the 1990s till like now. So think about that, right? And I feel like another option is, when you're going to the grocery store as well, we talked about buying in bulk, but also really load up on, the veggies, the greens, like, even like the snacks, right? Like the healthier option snacks. My point is at restaurants, you're limited. You're in a box. Okay. That's my bottom line. You have to eat what they are giving you. I'm going to say it again. You have to eat that what they are giving you. The options that they have is what they have. They can't just go to the back and make you whatever you want, right? When you go to a restaurant, each restaurant is different. They are very niche specific, right? Chick-fil-A sells chicken. Pizza Hut sells pizza, right? I mean, it can't be any more simple. So those are just obviously like fast food examples, but even like nice sit down restaurants, even if you go to like, steak houses or you go to like nice, Chinese food restaurants or Mexican restaurants, my point is that you're confined. You are in a box. You can only eat the options that they give you. They give you a menu. A menu is what? It's a list of items that only they are serving at their restaurant. But guess what? On a deeper level, it's a box. You are stuck in a box and you have to pick from this box what you are going to eat. Now you're going to have to spend and now you're going to have to trust that they're going to give you good quality food. But guess what, guys? How good is restaurant food, honestly? I mean, have you thought about that? The oils, how long has that oil been sitting in there? How long has it been reused? I am not a chef, so I can't sit here and really dive into the whole aspect of it. But I promise you, I can tell you a lot of oils. I don't know how long it's been sitting there. The French fries that they dip in, whatever fried foods that they're cooking in that oil. You go to a Popeyes, how long has that oil been sitting there? I mean, we don't know. Really high in cholesterol, really high saturated fat, a lot of carbs, a lot of sugars, just damaging, all damaging. And then guess what? At the very end, when you eat, what are they going to offer you? Dessert. And here come the dessert options, right? You got cakes, you got pies. You go to Cheesecake Factory, and I love Cheesecake Factory, right? But some of those slices of cakes, man, you're talking about 2, 3,000 calories in just one piece of cake, just one slice, a slice of a cheesecake. That's how fattening it is, right? That's how heavy it is. That's how even I think it's like $10 to even get just a slice of a cheesecake, man. $10, $11, $12. That's how much more expensive it's gotten, right? I also feel like we fall into the trap, and you guys heard me talk about this in my previous episode about peer pressure. We fall into the trap of peer pressure a lot too, where, hey, XYZ is going out. My family members called me out. They want to go out to eat. My friends called me out. They want to go out to eat. Let me go. I feel the pressure. I don't want to let them down, so let's just go. Now you go, here you go, and now you're spending 50, 60, 80, $100. Now you're eating a hamburger, French fries, you're getting dessert, you're drinking sodas, refills on sodas. So now not only did you spend XYZ amount of money you didn't plan to spend, now you're also ingesting a high fatty, high trans fat food item, which you are pumping in your stomach, and now you're going to probably feel sick. You're going to feel lethargic. You're going to want to go to bed. And damn it, if you tell me, man, I'm going to tell you first thing, you better get your ass up at 5:30 in the morning, and you better come work out with me, or I'm going to wake your ass up and be like, you better go burn this off right now, because what happens is, man, that food, it sticks right in your core, right in your gut, right in your stomach, and it just sits and you just feel so lethargic and you just feel so sick and you just feel like, oh, right? But if you eat at home, now you have control. You're not stuck in a box like I talked about. There is no menu. You control the menu, right? You can open the box. You can grow the box, is my point. You have control. You can be like, oh, you know what? I'm not really feeling this. Let me make something else. Because I went to the grocery store, I bought options. I bought greens. I can make a salad. I have chicken. Let's go grill it. I bought a steak. Let's go grill it. I bought noodles. Let's make some noodles. Let me bake something on the stove, right? Like, you have way more options because you did the research, you took the time out, you put the work in. Now you're in a better position to not only feed yourself, but take care of your family. And also you're saving money in your pocket, right? So I just think that, man, like, we need to be better about eating at home versus eating out. I mean, this is just not acceptable. These statistics that I was just reading to you guys about, one more time, 2020, 2023 in America, 44% of the food budget being spent at home compared to 56% out is not okay, guys. That's very scary, very dangerous, right? 2024, the average person spending $2,500 a year, eating out 3 times a week, spending $52 per week. Not okay, guys. Not acceptable. We got to be better. And then one last stat that I'm going to read back out again one more time. The Reddit stat that I was talking about, Americans eating out 140 times per year. That really struck a chord with me. 140 times per year. Guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? Listen to me. You guys know how passionate I am about this stuff, okay? I'm somebody who I made it very clear that I'm willing to die, okay? I'm going to say it again, that I'm willing to die to take care of my health, put my health first above anything and everything else, okay? And then my family is a 1A to this. My training, my health is the most important part of my life, okay? And then my family is right there after it. My family cannot be the most important part of my life if I am not making myself the most important part of my life from taking care of myself. You think I could be the best dad to my son if I wasn't in the shape that I'm in right now? If I didn't have the dog in me that I do right now? If you didn't let the animal out of the cage that everyone let out, whenever it got let out, right? When I'm in that gym and I feel like I'm an unstoppable force, I feel like when I walk into a gym, I feel like the lion is out of the cage and I'm ready to destroy everything that's in my way. Okay, I empty the tank when I'm in the gym. For those of you who see me train and those of you who know me, okay, I empty the tank. I'm exhausted when I train. Not exhausted breathing heavy, but what Kobe would say, train till exhaustion, right? I'm profusely sweating. I am just emptying the tank. I know I worked so hard first thing in the morning that now I can go be the best version for my family. Now I can say my family is the most important part of my life. Why? Because they're going to get the best version of me. Of me. And moms, women, single girls, whoever listens to my podcast, you're no exception too. You want to be the best version of your family, you have to be the best version of yourself first. Don't tell yourself that your significant other, your partner, your kids, whoever it is, your colleagues, you want to be the best version of them, but you're not being the best version of yourself. We need to be better. Stop eating out. Stop falling into the trap, the peer pressure. Stop falling into the laziness of, oh, I don't feel like making anything. I don't feel like eating at home. Oh, my friends or family hit me out. Let me just go eat out. Because I promise you, man, you're going to go down a deep, dark hole. 140 times per year is unacceptable. Okay. And if you are somebody who falls in that category, look, I was a guy that definitely fell in that category 1000% because I thought about this long and hard before I started recording this episode. And I'm like, man, during my heaviest of times, I definitely was that guy. I definitely was that guy that ate out way more than 140 times per year. Now I can't even imagine doing even half of that. That's like crazy to me, right? Find a way. Okay. It's about mindset. It's about shifting your mindset. Anything, any problem, any issue that you are facing in your life, it's all about your mindset. How are you viewing it? How are you looking at it? It's a wall. Okay. It's a wall. When it comes to a problem like this, it's a wall. Okay. Let's not be the person that runs away from that wall. Let's be that person that goes right through that wall and breaks it down and says, you know what? No, not anymore. I'm not eating out. I don't want to eat out any more of this trash food. I want to be better with my spending habits. I want to clean up my diet. I want to have a better regimen. I want to be more disciplined. I want to take care of myself. If I have a family, I want to take care of them. Let's go to the grocery store. Let's get a shopping list. Let's do some research. Let's be better. Let's save our money, take care of our finances. Let's not donate our hard-earned money to all of these restaurants who are putting us in a box, showing us a menu and being like, here, we're just going to feed you what we have to feed you, and you're going to have to eat what we are making for you because you have no choice. No, let's not live like that anymore. Take control of your life. Eat at home. Be better. Stop eating out. I promise you, if you fall into that category of eating 140 times per year, you're going down a deep, dark hole, man, and I don't know if you're going to be able to climb back out of it. Nothing is impossible. Any wall is meant to be broken. But I promise you, you dig long enough down that hole, it's going to only be that much tougher. The wall is going to be that much bigger than the Great Wall of China. It's only going to take that much longer for you to break it down. Nothing is impossible. But it can get a lot harder. Let's not make it that much harder. Let's be better. All right, guys, that wraps up our episode for today for Wallbreaker 200. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel at Raheel the Speaker. You can find my show on all major platforms on audio, Apple, Spotify, Deezer, you name it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Wallbreaker 200. Raheel Siddiqui. Peace out. Enjoy. Eat at home. Don't eat out. Peace out.